26 Ways to Cook Bluefish. Baked Bluefish à l'Italienne. Score and scale the bluefish and put it into a buttered pan with 3 tablespoonfuls each of white wine and mushroom liquor, a tablespoonful of chopped onion, half a dozen chopped mushrooms, and salt and pepper to season. Cover with buttered paper and bake for 15 minutes. Take out the fish and add to the sauce half a teaspoonful of beef extract dissolved in half a cupful of boiling water. Add a wineglassful of white wine and thicken with 1 tablespoonful each of butter and browned flour. Pour the sauce over the fish, sprinkle with chopped parsley, and serve. Baked Bluefish I. Clean, scrape, and split the fish and take out the backbone. Gash the flesh and insert a thin slice of salt pork under the skin. Make a stuffing of 1 cupful of breadcrumbs, 2 tablespoonfuls of chopped salt pork, and salt, minced parsley, chopped onion, red pepper, kitchen bouquet, and tomato ketchup to season. Add 1 egg well beaten. Fill the fish and sew up. Lay on thin slices of salt pork and bake, basting frequently with the fat. Garnish with cress and lemon. Baked Bluefish II. Clean a large bluefish, put into a baking pan, pour over it a cupful of boiling salted water, cover and bake for an hour, basting frequently. Put on a serving platter and thicken the sauce with browned flour, seasoning with salt, pepper, Worcestershire and tomato ketchup. Serve with a garnish of sliced lemon. Baked Bluefish III. Make a stuffing of breadcrumbs, 2 tablespoonfuls of minced onion, a teaspoonful of minced parsley, 3 tablespoonfuls of butter, 1 egg well beaten, and salt and pepper to season. Stuff the fish and tie securely. Bake in a pan with a cupful of hot water and a tablespoonful of butter, basting frequently. Take out the fish, boil up the sauce, add a tablespoonful of ketchup, a tablespoonful of browned flour wet with 4 tablespoonfuls of cold water, and the juice of a lemon. Cook until thick and strain. Baked Bluefish IV. Prepare a stuffing of crumbs, grated onion, beaten egg, and capers. Stuff a large bluefish and sew up. Season with salt and pepper, rub with butter, and add sufficient boiling water. Bake, baste frequently, and serve with any preferred sauce. Baked Bluefish V. Make a stuffing of 1 cupful of breadcrumbs, a tablespoonful of melted butter, and salt and pepper to season. Fill the fish and sew firmly. Gash the fish and lay strips of pork in the gashes. Cover with crumbs, dot with butter, and add sufficient boiling water to keep from burning. Bake for an hour, basting frequently. Garnish with parsley and lemon and serve with tomato sauce. Baked Bluefish VI. Slit a large bluefish, take out the bone, put in a buttered baking dish, and season with salt and pepper. Fry a chopped onion in butter, add half a dozen chopped mushrooms, 3 tablespoonfuls of chopped cooked eggplant, and a teaspoonful of minced parsley. Add 2 cupfuls of stock and cook for 15 minutes. Thicken with a tablespoonful or more of flour rubbed smooth in cold water and pour over the fish. Sprinkle with crumbs, dot with butter, and bake for an hour in a moderate oven. Baked Bluefish with white wine sauce. Put a cleaned bluefish into a buttered pan with salt, pepper, minced parsley, sweet herbs, a sliced onion, 2 cupfuls of white wine, and 1 cupful of white stock. Cover with a buttered paper and cook for 40 minutes, basting as required. Take out the fish, strain the sauce, and thicken with a tablespoonful of flour cooked in butter. Boil for 10 minutes, add 3 tablespoonfuls of butter, the juice of half a lemon, and 3 egg yolks well beaten. Bring to the boil, pour over the fish, and serve. Baked Bluefish à la Naples. Prepare the fish according to directions given for Baked Bluefish II. Fry in butter for 5 minutes 2 tablespoonfuls each of chopped onion, carrot, and lean raw ham. Add 12 peppercorns, 2 cloves, and a sprig of marjoram. Add 2 1/2 tablespoonfuls of flour and cook until brown. Add gradually 1 cupful of brown stock and 1 1/4 cupfuls of white wine. Cook until thick, stirring constantly. Strain, reheat, pour over the fish, sprinkle with minced parsley, and serve. Boiled bluefish. Prepare according to directions given for boiled bass. Broiled bluefish I. Split the fish down the back and soak for half an hour in brine. Rinse in fresh water, dry on a towel, and broil on a buttered broiler. Serve on a hot platter with melted butter poured over, and garnish with watercress and sliced lemon. Broiled bluefish II. Clean and split down the back, season with salt and pepper, and broil according to directions previously given. Sprinkle with minced parsley and lemon juice, and pour over a little melted butter. Serve with a border of mashed potatoes. Pan-broiled bluefish. Lay the fish flesh side down in a well-greased, very hot pan. Turn with a pancake turner. Broiled bluefish au beurre noir. Broil a bluefish according to directions previously given. Mix together 1 tablespoonful each of vinegar and minced parsley, 1 teaspoonful of lemon juice, and salt and pepper to season. Put 2 tablespoonfuls of butter into a frying pan, and when it browns, add the other ingredients. Bring to the boil and pour it over the broiled fish. Broiled bluefish with mustard sauce. Broil a bluefish according to directions previously given, and sprinkle with lemon juice. Pour over a cream sauce to which prepared mustard has been added. Matelote of bluefish. Prepare according to directions given for matelote of blackfish, using white wine instead of claret. Stuffed bluefish I. Prepare according to directions given for stuffed sea bass. Stuffed bluefish II. Scrape, clean, and dry a large bluefish. Chop 3 onions fine and fry in butter. Add enough mashed potatoes to make the required quantity of stuffing, and season with salt, pepper, minced parsley, and melted butter. Fill the fish and sew up. Rub with melted butter, put a little hot water into the pan, and bake for 30 minutes, basting as required. Garnish with lemon and parsley. Escalloped bluefish. Flake cold cooked bluefish and mix it with an equal quantity of mashed potatoes. Fill buttered shells, sprinkle with grated cheese, cover with crumbs, dot with butter, and brown in the oven. Fillets of bluefish à la d'Uxelles. Skin, bone, and fillet a bluefish. Season with salt and pepper and cook with melted butter and lemon juice until firm. Take from the fire and cool. Prepare a d'Uxelles sauce, boil down until thick, and cook the fish with it. Dip in crumbs, then in beaten egg, then in crumbs, and fry in deep fat. Serve with a diluted sauce poured around the fish. Fillets of bluefish with anchovy sauce. Prepare the fish according to directions given in the preceding recipe, cooking with white wine as well as lemon juice. Prepare a cream sauce and add to it 2 tablespoonfuls each of butter and anchovy paste. Pour over the fish and serve. Bluefish à la Carrienne. Scale and score a 2-pound bluefish and put in a buttered baking dish with 3 tablespoonfuls each of mushroom liquor and white wine, and salt and pepper to season. Cover with a buttered paper and bake for 15 minutes. Take out the fish and add to the sauce 3 tablespoonfuls of stewed and strained tomatoes and 1 tablespoonful of chopped, cooked, smoked beef tongue. Bring to the boil, pour over the fish, and serve. Bluefish à la Vénitienne. Prepare according to directions for baked bluefish à l'Italienne, adding to it a chopped tomato and 6 whole mushrooms. Sprinkle with crumbs, dot with butter, brown in the oven, and sprinkle with minced parsley. Fried fillets of bluefish. Cut the fish into fillets and soak for half an hour in olive oil and lemon juice. Dip in crumbs, then in beaten egg, then in seasoned cracker crumbs, and set into a cold place for an hour. Fry in deep fat and serve with tartar sauce. Fried bluefish. Clean the fish, season with salt and pepper, dredge with flour, and fry in plenty of hot lard. Drain on brown paper and garnish with parsley. Steamed bluefish. Season the fish with salt and pepper and pour over it a cupful of vinegar. Let stand for an hour, pour off the vinegar, and steam for 20 minutes. Serve with any preferred sauce.